Hi, my name is Andrius. I am a Microsoft Certified Application Developer. Today, I will give a brief Microsoft workshop on Agile Application Development Cycle using the set of Microsoft tools including Visual Studio IDE, Team Foundation Server, Version Control, Scrum and Kanban boards, and much more. Okay, let's start by logging into Visual Studio Online. I use my Microsoft account. You can use yours. All right. This is our Visual Studio board. You can create your Visual Studio account. I already created mine. It's called FOU Projects right here. And the URL for that would be fouprojects.visualstudio.com. Since I don't have any projects, it defaults me to create a project. So let's call our project Super TravelX. Name, description, we select Team Foundation Version Control. So version control, we select template, Visual Studio Scrum, and click Create Project. New project is created, Super TravelX is ready. So let's add some members. We have one member here who will be our product owner and team manager for the project. Let's add a couple more developers. I'll add myself. Choose match. Here I am. Let's add my friend Nemo. Okay. Let's go right now to backlog. This is where we're gonna create our user stories. Backlog screen is where the product owner spends most of his time managing the team. These backlog items are user stories. Let's try to create a couple of them. Create Windows Travel Application Project. That's a user story. Application will have a feature to convert temperature of our traveler. Let's implement some distance converters as well. But these user stories are not something we ship to customer. These things are meant for team to execute. We need a higher level concept that multiple stories accrue to. And that's the thing we are going to ship to the customers. The product is called features, and that's where the next level of backlogging come in. The features are the roadmap for the product. So let's go to the features. Features could be something like a feature to convert different units. And we can map this feature back to our backlog. Actually, we have to go here. We can map it by showing map on. And we have a backlog item called implement temperature converter. And that maps to the feature we just defined. And so as well, distance converter map to the converter feature. But we can create backlogs from the features. Let's say we need to take a feature which will be shipped to the customers, feature to take advantage of GPS. We add it, and then by selecting our hierarchy, we can add backlog items right from here. Backlog item for GPS will be locating language, local language. Another user story could be GPS, locate country. Back to the backlog items. And board. So let's say we want to improve these features and we want to implement them, right? So we'll move our approved features, product owner will move it to our sprint. Create project, implement temperature, implement distance. So let's see how it all comes together. let's set capacity for the developer. I'll give myself 8, 5, 4. So we'll know what's capacity per day we can work. Those sprint. And we can start creating tasks. Let's add a task. Create Windows project. Let's see. Add text boxes and button. Let's assign it to myself. Let's give work time left 4. And then we probably want to add one more task to customize any labels. Let's assign it to myself. This right now, what we need to do, we need to implement. On the board it looks like this. So that's what needs to be done. Well, let's add temperature converter. We'll probably need to convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. We got some formula here to convert it back. We got some formula notes. They're all sent to me. And the work would be 5. Send it to myself. Let's move this backlog item. Iteration 2 second. That would be enough for us. So let's define the days for Agile iteration. Let's make it a week. Save it. Can set the date for our second iteration, which already have one item approved. The dates will default right after, which is nice. So we'll save it here too. Okay, so let's focus right now on our 4 tasks. Team manager would go ahead and move those tasks to commit column. Okay, so let me read now the Visual Studio. And I need to connect to the proper team foundation server. I have 2 of them. I'll connect to the one which I'm interested in. It's FAU projects.visualstudio.com. Let's select which project I want to work on. And I create it. It's done. Now let's go to my home page and see what tasks I am assigned. And I have a lot of tasks. Okay, let's start working on creating Windows project. I mark it as a start. As soon as I mark it as a start on our sprint Scrum board, just move it here. That indicates that I am working on the project. It's really nice to see whether manager or other team members. Let's create a new project, which is easy. I click new project. I select the Windows project. I give it some different name. Say X. I want to create a directory for solution and add the source control. Okay, so I'm adding it. Let's create the project. Everything is great so far. So let's add a couple of text boxes for our future needs. Let's add some button. Make it nice and horizontal. no spacing being equal. Let's see. Great. So we have generic, and maybe add some couple labels. So create some generic project. That was what we needed. So now we have to just check in. Done. So let's try to check in our TravelX project. Okay, it looks it's done. So now, if we go back to the website, it just moved here. Perfect. And now, if you want to see what it was done, we just click on it. We see who worked on it, how long did it take it, and we can see what the user story relates to and what changes were made. We click on the changes, and we see all those files were uploaded to our source control. So let's continue. Now, what we need to do next? We need to go to see what other tasks we need to do. Oh, we need to rename labels. So let's do some customization. Let's start. Board will indicate that. Right now, let's rename. Okay, let's make it from. Let's make another label. To. Let's call it convert. And maybe give the name for the app X. Great. So we did some customization as we were asked. And let's check in our job. Done. And click check in. Alright. So right now renaming should move to the done. Excellent. And now if the manager or anybody else wants to check what did they do, he can see how long did it take. Less than a minute ago it was named. There are some more detailed timestamps deeper, and I can click on that to see what user story it belongs to and what the changes were made. And changes are very obvious. I deleted the original name, changed to converter, and did some changes in the size. Change label to 2 and for name from form 1 to TravelX. So it shows everything that was done by me, which is very nice. The product owner, after it verifies it, it moves to the done column. Right? For next task, I'll try assign myself as a product owner, or to more specific, team manager. So I could do it from Visual Studio. Actually, that's very interesting. So I can do it as well to manipulate backlog items board, Kanban board, as well as Scrum board for my task from Visual Studio, as long as I have permissions. So let's see what's changed in my Visual Studio application screen. Let's refresh it. Now I see it's a user story. It's not a task. A little guy here, which will be me right now. And those are tasks. So let's start working on some tasks that are implemented here. See, I can go here. I can check to commit it, which I could have done before, but I just now got my permission. Okay, let's select convert Fahrenheit to Celsius. It opens. Here's some simple code inside. Make sure it runs. To my favorite temperature, 22. It works great. Now let's let's see, it should be moving in progress. Okay, so moving in progress. Now let me check in. So it's done. I need to check it. Let's see. C2 after C done. And that task's done. I can see what happened to it. You can see the changes we made. See, you can see the formula that I implemented. It's done by me. It's great to start working on that. So go back, Visual Studio. I see my user story and the last associated task with it. Okay, so let me quickly finish it. Start working on it. Put one to there. Go into progress. Add some option buttons to indicate which one I'm working on. I can make this one default button. Let's try it to find it's 72, converts to 22, and it's 22, and we convert to Celsius 72. Perfect, that works. So, the last item, which the powers in progress, should be moved into done state. Click check in. It's done. Now if we go to, now they will see our user story here. So let me show you what can I do with the user story. So all the tasks have to be already done in the sprint. And user story, it's still in the commit state. So manager can move drag it here, or if I have permission in my Visual Studio and I'm the manager, I can click on that button and just click on it and change it to done. That's it. It's done. So it will be in done state. Voila. We can do this one, we can do this one. I should have done it first, but I could have clicked finish instead of changing here. So it's a different way to do that. So let's summarize our project. This is how project hierarchy looks like. On the top we have features. In this case we have two features. First is feature to convert different units. Second feature is to take advantage of the GPS. First feature has two associated user stories. First one implement temperature converter with the two associated tasks. And second is implement distance converter. First user story is done, so both tasks are done. Second is approved, that's why feature is still in the progress. And last feature is new, it's indicated with a new state, and both user stories as well. So one more time, features are on top. There's a backlog item, which are user stories. These user stories are meant for team to be executed. And then we have a sprint, which is the current sprint, current week, or how many days it has. These are the tasks for the current sprint. In this case, they're all done. And next sprint will have different user stories associated with. In this case, we have only one. Okay, thank you for listening.